Hello, it's Catherine from Weight Loss for Goddesses, and it is day 3 of our challenge, Conquer Cravings, Lose the Weight. And today we're going to focus on tapping, which you're now getting very familiar with, and tapping on the cravings themselves, that physical urge that can sometimes seem completely and totally overwhelming. Because it is completely and totally overwhelming. It is very intense. So give yourself that, and sometimes if you give in, be like, why did I do that again? Just know that it is pretty intense. All those receptors in your brain, if you work with smoking or other kinds of drug addiction, it is alcohol, all of those things are very powerful. And so is chocolate, sugar, donuts, candy, whatever it is. And it's especially challenging with food because you're in and among it all the time. Everyone's eating it. It's part of your life. You're feeding your kids. You can't completely get yourself away from it. So we're going to work on tapping on the craving itself. So a lot of people in EFT and tapping use this to deal with food cravings. I love using the other things as well to deal with the underlying issues, but it is very helpful to have this tool. So if you're totally overwhelmed, they say cravings don't usually last more than 3 minutes. So you just have to get through 3 minutes, which you can do. You can breathe, you can tap, you can get through it. And then once you do get through it, you realize, oh, I can do that. It's not going to last forever. It's not going to kill me. So pretty much you just tap like, even though I want that chocolate so badly. And you can kind of preemptively do this. You can imagine it in its glory, whatever it is you're wanting. So even though I want that chocolate so badly, I love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though it's killing me how much I want that chocolate, I love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I'm going to lose my mind if I don't get that chocolate, I love, accept, and forgive myself. So the setup statement again is 3 times where you go through and say something that's even though something that's true, and just make sure as you're tapping you say love, accept, and forgive yourself completely. Kind of sets your body up energetically to release with the tapping. And then you just start, oh my God, I want that chocolate. I want it. I need it. I am having PMS and I need it. It's a physical necessity. I want to taste it. sometimes I feel like chocolate hits something right in there, and so I just imagine how it feels when it hits there. And you can either talk about what you want, and with tapping it helps to say it out loud. Sometimes it makes it more real, but if you can't, if you're in like a bathroom in a restaurant or something like that, you can just quietly think of how much you want it. You can breathe, you can think about the thing that you want in all of its detail. The texture, nice smooth texture of the chocolate, the smell, that delicious cocoa butter smell, the taste, that nice smooth taste on your tongue, how it melts. Just really let yourself feel it, and almost through feeling it in this exaggerated way where you're paying attention to it and tapping, it almost like it undoes the craving. It's almost like it flips it. Like, so if you were just to sit down while you were craving something and tap from beginning to end, by the end, you don't really want it anymore, which is very surprising and satisfying. You also can tap on all the feelings that come up. An example of this is that when, I'm just going to keep tapping, when it was last year, we were in Florida when my mother-in-law was, she was terminally ill. We didn't know it, but she was going to be dying in the next month. And I was so uncomfortable. It was just, we were there at the house and things were challenging and she was having a hard time and we were having a hard time. And I wanted to eat. I wanted to eat chocolate more than I have ever wanted to before, but I couldn't because I was on the Whole30 and I was probably, halfway through it. And so it was this exercise in how much my body tried to distract me, like by going to the refrigerator and being like, oh no, I'm not doing that. And then I'd go to the refrigerator and be like, oh wait, I'm not doing that. And I just had to stand there at the counter and tap. Holy crap, this is trying to take me down. And as I tapped on it in the quiet of our house while everyone was off doing something, I realized, oh, it's not the food. I don't care about the food. I don't care about the ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. It's that she's dying. It's that this is terrible. It's this, we don't know what to do. It's that we don't know how to make this better. It's that I can't make this better. It's that we're all suffering, especially her, and we're all in pain, and it's not going to get easier soon. And that sucked. And that is what I was sitting with. So of course the body, the soul, the mind, all of it, instead of sitting with that, would much rather just go eat the ice cream sandwich, maybe 2, then deal with the guilt, then deal with the distraction, then deal with feel slightly sick. But instead, because I was in this situation where I wasn't eating that food and I had nowhere to go and I couldn't escape it, I just had to feel it. And it was very powerful for me because it made me see how much I turn to food in states of anxiety, which I don't think of myself that much as an emotional eater, but I realized that day, oh, I am. Of course I am. Who would not eat a as opposed to feel this terrible, intense, sad, tragic feeling of mortality and death taking someone I love. Holy crap, like it's a lot. The things we have to feel is a lot. So of course we choose food to deal with them, because food helps numb us. It releases that dopamine response pretty well. I mean, it is like a pretty nice drug. Of course we choose it. So in a way, it gave me a lot of sympathy and empathy for myself of why I indulged in my cravings and why I craved things and why I got myself stuck in that cycle. Because it's hard to feel the feelings you have to feel as a human. It's intense. And tapping really helps you be honest with yourself about that and helps you tap through them. So again, you can tap either when you're having the craving and feeling like, holy crap, how am I gonna not eat that cake that's sitting there or go buy that donut? It's the only thing that's gonna make me happy. You know, whatever thing you're telling yourself, you can tap on that, and through tapping, you realize that it's not true, especially if you get through those 3 minutes and you remember to breathe and you drink some water. And then also you can tap, say you know your PMS is coming and you know you're gonna want that chocolate, you can tap preemptively. You can tap on your favorite kind of chocolate and everything you love about it, you know, and just almost like a 10-minute exercise and tapping on that favorite food. And by tapping on it and feeling all the feelings, sensing all the sensations, that you feel while you're eating it, it actually neutralizes it. It makes that craving go away in a way that's very satisfying. Tomorrow, on day 4, we're also going to deal with another way to deal with craving. There goes a plane. I'll try and talk louder. But so go ahead, guys, and tap on your cravings when you're having them, and tap on those favorite foods you have before you go out and, you know, say you're going out and everyone's going to be having a beer, if that's what you love, or a pina colada, if that's what you love. Tap on it beforehand, 10 minutes. And part of with this tapping, if you do the 10 minutes a day, they did a study with women just doing the tapping, being introduced to it, using it in general stress on their life. So it can be about food, but it can also be about anything. The average weight loss of the women in that group after a few months was 10 pounds. And they weren't sure why. They think it was because people were tapping on their problems and dealing with their stress as opposed to eating because of their stress. But maybe it was reasons for metabolic reasons. They were not really sure why. But another reason to tap 10 minutes a day on what you're craving, why you're craving it, and every delicious aspect of that food. You kind of go at those 2 different ways. You know, reveling in the food that you want to eat until that craving is neutralized, or just craving and just tapping to get through the craving and survive and figure out why it is that you're wanting to eat that thing that you know is going to make you feel like crap. Okay, happy tapping. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Mwah, lots of love.